Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Belanger and I am a realtor here in Ottawa, and I'm thrilled to be diving into one of my absolute favorite neighborhoods here in Ottawa, which is the Glebe. And I've recently ranked the Glebe as my #1 area to live in the downtown core, and today I'm excited to showcase why. The Glebe is a neighborhood that perfectly blends historical charm with vibrant modern living. It's a place where you can stroll down Bank Street, lined with unique shops and cozy cafes, and enjoy lush green spaces like Patterson Creek Park, and experience the lively atmosphere of Lansdowne Park. And let's not forget the iconic Aberdeen Pavilion, a historic gem that adds unique character to the area. Living in the Glebe means being part of a tight-knit community with a rich history and a dynamic present. Whether you're skating on the Rideau Canal in the winter or boating in the summer, the Glebe offers an unbeatable quality of life. So if you're considering moving to Ottawa, stick around. I'm going to showcase what makes the Glebe a fantastic option for you and your next home. Let's get started. Let's go. All right, welcome back. So let's dive into what makes the Glebe such a standout neighborhood in Ottawa. And as we explore this area, you'll see why it's not just my top choice for living in the downtown core, but also a beloved spot for so many residents. From the picturesque Rideau Canal to the vibrant atmosphere of Lansdowne Park, and of course, the historic Aberdeen Pavilion, the Glebe offers a unique blend of old world charm and modern conveniences. Whether you're a family looking for excellent schools, a professional seeking a lively community, or an investor eyeing prime real estate, the Glebe has something for everyone. Now let's take a closer look at what makes this amazing neighborhood what it has to offer. And before we get into the specifics, let's take a moment to appreciate the rich history of the Glebe. The Glebe story begins in the early 19th century when the land was originally granted to St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church as Glebe land, intended for the support of the local clergy. As Ottawa grew, so did the Glebe, transitioning from a rural church property to a bustling urban neighborhood. Initially a rural area, the Glebe started to develop in the 1830s when the land was subdivided for recreational use. By the late 1800s, it became one of Ottawa's first suburbs. Early 1900s saw significant growth with the establishment of residential homes, schools, and churches. The Aberdeen Pavilion, built in 1898, became a key landmark known for its agricultural exhibitions and later for its role in World War I. Post-World War II, the Glebe continued to flourish as a desirable residential area. The construction of the Rideau Canal transformed it into a recreational hotspot, enhancing its appeal. In recent years, we've seen a revitalization of Lansdowne Park, blending historic preservation with new commercial and residential developments. This has reinforced the Glebe's status as a vibrant, mixed-use community. The recent revitalization of Lansdowne Park has been a game changer, introducing new residential towers, commercial spaces, and recreational facilities while preserving iconic landmarks like the Aberdeen Pavilion. But the transformation doesn't stop there. The City of Ottawa has ambitious plans to further enhance the area with continued upgrades to the stadium and to the arena, improved public spaces, and better transportation links to seamlessly connect the Glebe with the rest of the city. These developments are set to increase the neighborhood's appeal, bringing more amenities and a higher quality of life for residents. The City of Ottawa's vision of Lansdowne Park includes a couple of major things. One, the stadium and the arena upgrades. So renovations to improve facilities and enhance the spectator experience. That's number one. And number two is the residential and commercial spaces. The construction of new residential towers and commercial spaces to increase the density and the activity to the area. And from a long-term perspective, development of additional green spaces and public areas to create a more inviting environment. Enhancements to public transit access and pedestrian pathways to better connect Lansdowne with the rest of the Glebe and to Ottawa. The total budget for these projects is estimated originally at around $330 million. However, the mayor has already said that they're expecting, shocker, to be above the $330 million budget, closer to $500 million. All this investment aims to create a sustainable and lively community hub that benefits both residents and visitors alike. Public opinion on Lansdowne redevelopment has been naturally mixed. Supporters, on one hand, highlight the potential for economic growth increased housing options, and the revitalization of a key community space. While critics, on the other hand, express concerns over the high cost, potential disruptions during construction, and the impact on local traffic and the neighborhood character. So what's the impact on Glebe real estate? The redevelopment is expected to positively influence real estate values in the Glebe. Increased demands, there's new amenities and improved infrastructure are likely to attract more buyers and renters, boosting property values. The transformation of Lansdowne Park into a vibrant community hub will make the Glebe even more desirable, particularly for those seeking a dynamic urban lifestyle. Overall, the Lansdowne redevelopment promises to bring significant improvements to the Glebe, enhancing its appeal and potentially increasing real estate values. If you have any questions or you need any assistance on the real estate portion of all this, feel free to give me a call, obviously. I'll leave my contact details below, or reach out to me via my website and book a 15 or 20-minute consultation call, and I'd happy to get started on that general conversation with you. Okay, so now let's go through the pros and cons of living in the Glebe. The Glebe is known for its tight-knit community feel with a strong sense of neighborhood identity and active community associations. 2, the proximity to amenities. With Lansdowne Park, numerous boutique shops, restaurants, and cafes, residents have everything they need within walking distance. The area also hosts the Ottawa Farmers Market and various festivals throughout the year. 3, beautiful green spaces. Access to the Rideau Canal, Patterson Creek Park, and numerous other green spaces offer residents plenty of opportunities for outdoor activities like skating, jogging, picnicking, and biking along the Rideau Canal. 4, excellent schools. The Glebe has a highly regarded public and private schools, making it an attractive option. In fact, the Glebe High School ranked 138th out of all of Ontario's 639 high schools. I have a ranking system from the Fraser Institute, which is hot off the press. I'll link that video where I break down the Ottawa schools, and if that's of interest to you, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this video, and it'll break it all down for you regardless of which part of town you're in. And the last pro on my list, it's located just south of the downtown Ottawa. So the Glebe offers easy access to the city's core, making commutes short and convenient, whether by car, bike, or public transit. Running from the Glebe to Parliament is a 5K run, so there and back within an hour along the Rideau Canal. So if that's not your jam and you would prefer to drive, then just drive straight up Bank Street into the downtown core. It could not be any easier. There's not a lot of lefts and rights, straight in to the downtown core. All right, it's not all sunshine and lollipops. Let's discuss the con side. Number 1, the high cost of living. The Glebe is one of Ottawa's most expensive neighborhoods with higher property values and rental rates. This can make it less affordable, less accessible for some of the population. 2, traffic and parking. Given its central location and popularity, traffic can be heavy, particularly around Lansdowne Park during Ottawa Red Blacks football games, events, concerts, and so on. Parking is also a challenge, especially on weekends and holidays. 3, noise levels. The area's bustling commercial activity and events at Lansdowne Park can result in higher noise levels, which can make it not ideal for those seeking a quieter environment. 4, older homes. While charming, many of the homes in the Glebe are older and may require significant maintenance or renovations. And this can be a downside for those looking for more modern living spaces. And 5, limited new development. Due to its established nature and heritage considerations, there are limited opportunities for new developments, which can restrict housing availability and options for potential residents. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. There's not much I have to say that I haven't already said. The Glebe is one of the most recognizable neighborhoods here in Ottawa. Every resident of Ottawa knows of the Glebe. Most people, if they could, would want to live in the Glebe. There is just too much to do in a really small, concentrated area. You are 5 kilometers from Parliament specifically, with a network of running trails and biking trails that'll get you right into the Glebe. It's about 5K, like I had said. So anybody who is looking for walks, runs, that kind of stuff, it is really, really accessible. And then of course, in the winter time, you've all seen the millions of photos of the Rideau Canal. That is available to you. And what's really cool is that it divides, where it's located right in between the University of Ottawa and Carleton University. So from a pure educational perspective, it is really, really convenient. From a shopping and entertainment perspective, it is also really convenient. Bank Street has a lineup of shops and cafes that'll take you right into the downtown core. And then of course, Lansdowne Park, all of the events, concerts, sporting events, cultural events, all that kind of stuff typically falls at Lansdowne as the #1 option, given the stadium and all the amenities. And of course, all the restaurants, and like I had said, coffee shops are all there as well. So what's really not to like about the Glebe? Old historical homes. Everything is really centrally located. Even if you're working in Canada, as an example, on the West End, it's not that difficult of a drive because the highway is accessible right off of Bank Street. So it is actually my top neighborhood here in Ottawa. If I could, that's where I would be living. If I had no limit in terms of price point and everything else, it is a really, really dynamic neighborhood. From a running and sporting perspective, outside of the sporting events, it is centrally located. Like I had said, the Queen Elizabeth Parkway often closes in the summertime, giving you full access to the streets that follow the Rideau Canal. So again, running, biking, or just walking with friends and family, it is available to you. So I hope you like this video. I think you kind of get the sense that I like this area. I would be really happy and excited to showcase it to you. I know the ins and outs of the Glebe very well. I spent a lot of time there. If you want to reach out to me and you want to spend a little bit of time learning a little bit more about the Glebe, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Obviously, markbelangerrealty.com. Schedule a half an hour. Let's have a conversation and let's see if the Glebe ranks #1 on your list like it ranks #1 on my list from a downtown neighborhood perspective. So I hope you liked it, and until the next video, take care.